After actually testing out all of the cases before I put these videos out, I am very confident in this list. So without any further ado, let's start off with the best value case. I've never actually seen this brand before. It's completely new to me. But at just 18 US dollars, this case is absolutely amazing. Available in almost black, dusty lilac and even stone. There is always one color which will suit your needs. This stone color also matches really well with the desert titanium. But I'll have a separate video for cases that match especially well with that color iPhone. Now, as far as the reasons go why I chose this case, of course I like the price tag, which is a big factor. But what you get for that price tag is just as crazy. The inner material of this case reminds me a lot of those fancy suede-like couches. Really nice. Also a nice touch is the branding, with the arrows pointing towards the features of the case, like in the middle where it says strong magnets, which is also very true since these don't underperform in comparison to some other cases at around 50 USD even. The grippy sides have a very subtle texture to it, but also added dots on there as well, which is what makes it very grippy. Now it does have that very subtle texture at the bottom too, which is basically my only critique, as I would love a softer material there since you always rest your pinky finger. But no sharp edges anywhere though. Feels seamless and perfected. More than enough camera protection as well, an equal front lip, so the same height everywhere around the phone, and a cutout for the camera control. But this wouldn't be a top 5 video if it didn't have a comfortable cutout. It features sloped edges near that button and it's overall really comfortable to use still. The buttons are very clicky and they even feature a unique action button, since now it's a circle. Great fit and the material doesn't feel as if it would get ugly when damaged. But we'll find out in my drop test soon enough. Now, if you want a screen protector on your iPhone, I'd still recommend you go with the Spigen TR Easy Fit. It's just so easy to apply, no need to align anything, just put the plastic mold on top, hold, swipe and you're done. Links in the description. Then, if you want a really thin case, I'd once again recommend Thinborn. Even though it's a neck-to-neck situation with Pitaka, the reason I went with Thinborn is because of the camera control cutout and the USB-C port cutout. When going for such a thin case, I would still want to get most of my limited protection. So full cutouts are a liability in my opinion. Even though as far as the camera control goes, it's more comfortable with a full cutout. Then I also want that front edge on every side. And here, Pitaka left it out at the top and bottom where there's a little bit of iPhone exposed, probably for aesthetic reasons. The USB-C port is also a full one instead of that pill on this one. And then there's also the fact that this Thinborn case just feels so comfortable this year. You can still feel the texture ever so slightly, but very smooth and soft. Also, no flaw in the aramid fiber design, good hard plastic camera bump, soft edges where the cutouts for the buttons are, a good fit, easily removed but without sacrificing that snug fit at all. It also survived the slap test and very strong MagSafe. If you want the exact opposite of a thin case and just want to go all out on protection, there is a lot of options for you. Some honorable mentions are the ESR flick stand, which is very affordable, and a strong case, the Rockform Crystal, and even the Smartish Gripzilla. All awesome cases. But when it comes to full protection and a drop-tested case, from which I can say my own experience, I'd recommend the Nomad Rugged. This case is awesome, has a great fit, slimmed down sides with very good rugged corner protection, and the material just absorbs dropping. It's bouncy when it gets dropped, which saved me so many times outside of the drop test video too. It looks great at it, and even with this new color called Desert, it's a 100% match with the Desert Titanium iPhone. Once again, a cutout for the camera control button, but a very comfortable one at that. The slimmed down sides make room for that extra space around the pill cutout, and the material there is not textured, making it even better. Now, very clicky buttons, which are also made out of metal, so feel premium. And I love that extra texture on there on the power and the action button as well. Good MagSafe, felt inner, and large cutout at the bottom for the speakers. This is just an awesome case. Then, if you're more into minimalist cases but still want that protection and ease of mind, I would definitely recommend the channel sponsor Kadabi. Their awesome sheath case is everything you want it to be when it comes to grip, minimalism, but most importantly, protection. I featured them a year ago for the first time, and back then I did have some issues with it. Mostly the buttons, which weren't at all clicky, the fit, which was too tight, and yes, that's possible, and the sharp edges here and there. But I got to give it to them. These issues are all fixed this year round. And these are now the clickiest buttons I've ever gotten my hands on. It's awesome. The fit is still very snug, but easily removed as well. So now it's the best of both worlds. Now, I don't want to take credit for that, but I'd like to think that I was a factor in it.
Oh shit, no, of course.
I was also shocked to see how little visible damage there is when you drop one of these cases. And I think that's also huge. The amount of times I've dropped a case and then I would have to accept that there is plastic damage, feelable sharp bits, or even just aesthetic changes. No more with this case. It features a very grippy texture on every side except for the button where they removed it, so that you can use it comfortably with your pinky finger as support. They also did that at the camera control cutout, where it's now perfectly smooth around the pill cutout and easy to use. And due to that minimal feel of the case, it's also very comfortable to use still. The Kadabi sheath is just another great choice. And then finally, the best overall case. A case everybody can get behind no matter their preferences. The all-new MagBag Elite. This case has a kickstand, is very customizable if you so desire, features silicone grips on the side, a finger loop at the back so you can leave your MagSafe grip at home, a so-called pinky cushion where your pinky finger rests on the USB-C plug, making it very comfortable, but also will make sure your phone is safe from dirt and debris. And last but not least, telescopic magnets, which will pop out when there's anything metal close by. Now, if you follow the channel, you know I'm a big fan of MagBag. So trust me when I say that the telescopic magnets are even stronger. It's awesome. And because they extend, they act like a bridge between the case and the metal, because you would still create some distance with the camera bump in between. Therefore, the magnetic strength is just nothing short of great. The same soft feeling rubber material and the same great fit as on the previous MagBag case. And now with that increased comfort of a pinky cushion. I mean, that's just awesome. Count me in. Would still love for them to make the kickstand a stronger one, since it's comparable now to the Spigen Tough Armor, but it's still very usable. And if you don't like it, you can just pair it with their wallet, because it still features that top line of extra magnets too, to create the kickstand with your MagSafe accessory. The camera control doesn't get a button here either, but features a deep cutout, where there's more iPhone visible than on those pill top cutouts, which makes for a better experience as far as the cutouts go. Still not convinced? Make sure you subscribe, because I'm working hard on getting that tier list out as soon as possible, so that you can see all cases I've seen ranked in my biggest video ever.